Hello everybody, it's Glenda with Fralins and Friends Crafts Plus. I'm glad you're here. I want to announce that Sammy has named the giraffe George. So we have George the giraffe as named by Sammy. Sammy Grack in Scotland. So thank you, Sammy, for naming the giraffe. We'll keep him somewhere where we can see him. I think we can see him there, can't we? If I make sure he's got enough room. Well, tonight I can either make another tooth or I can make another pendant for a girl, or both. I think what we'll do is I'm going to pick this one. It's kind of a sharp tooth type. I'm going to make that. I'm not sure if this is going to work or not, but I'm going to give it a try. I'm going to try to make the shape I want out of this wire so that I can have. Trick is going to be getting it even, but this is a softer wire. I got to cover this with foils. It's a shape. I'm going to change the battery and then we'll be back to this. Okay. We've got this basic shape. Can't tell what's where right now, but it's a triangle. Definitely don't want them too narrow because then they break off. This is bakeable adhesive. Bakeable clay adhesive. Some kind of glue. Okay. See if we can form this a little better with some of this ultralight here. Ooh. Once the ultralight is baked and hard, then I can cover it with, put it that way, Super Sculpey. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and bake this, and then we'll be back. Okie dokie. The other tooth is cooling. So while it's cooling, I'm going to make a couple more pendants for females from Goyles. Let's see. I don't know if it'll do two that size or not. I think it might. There's, yep. There are two diamond shapes. So now, I might be able to use that again. This was left over from those other spiral ones I made, but they weren't enough to make that, so I squished them so they'd make this kind of, whatever you want to call it. Put it down this way so we can put a bit of adhesive. I almost goofed on this guy. That's big, isn't it? This is going to be a thin layer. I didn't put a hole in him before I baked it. And I took it out, it was still pretty warm. And it was just pliable enough to get something through there. My biggest problem was the foil because there were several layers of it. But we got her made with the use of a couple of tools. And didn't have to have Joe bring in his drill. So that's a good one right there. So now I'm going to cover it. And I should be able to feel where that hole goes. And we're going to make it look like a shark's tooth. I hope. This is going for a Megalodon. It's so big. You think? My gracious. Layer after layer, they get bigger. But hey, you know what? Somebody's going to think, hey, I want a Megalodon tooth. Even if they don't exist anymore. Maybe they could fool somebody. That is, if they ever actually did exist, I don't know. I know there were some pretty darn large sea creatures that are now extinct. I'm not going to worry about being an absolute perfectly shaped tooth. I want it shaped nice, but how many times can they chew on things and still have a perfect tooth? I mean, our teeth, even if we do brush them and care for them every day, they get little bumps and ridges. He's probably got some tartar on there. Wouldn't you suppose? Some tartar and some plaque, and he hasn't been to a dentist in a while. How much you want to bet one of the boys, younger boys is going to want this thing? They always want the one that's way too big for them, don't they? The biggest one. It may end up hanging on a wall because it might be nobody's going to want anything that big. We'll just have to see. It came out much bigger than I intended. But that's just the way it goes. Okay, well that's it, guys. We have made a couple of pendants for the girls, which won't need paint because they are of colored clay. And we've made one huge shark tooth. I don't know who's going to want that. But hey, it's a grab bag. You get what you get, right? So anyway, somebody will like it. Or we'll hang it on a wall. There's George. Say goodbye to George.
Oops. Bye-bye. I will miss you.
We'll be back tomorrow, George.
Oh, okay. We'll see you tomorrow. Good night, Sammy.
He knows it. He knows he's Sammy's special friend. Good night, everybody. I love you. I will see you tomorrow. Have a smile and a wave, and I hope you've had a laugh, if nothing else. And if you get a chance to get yourself some clay and want to have some fun, just have fun. I started out making blobs. We'll see you later. Good night.